Hello, everyone, and welcome to our third session with Dr. Freeman from Georgia Tech University. We've been talking about coding in music technology and why this can be such a gratifying and exciting educational experience for the students. Really, if you want to talk about training students for the next level of workforce that's coming out in the world, I think coding is going to have a lot to do with that next generation of jobs that are occurring in America. And this is a way that we can incorporate this as music technologists into our classroom. And this time in the third session, Dr. Freeman is going to give us some great ideas for how we can use this specifically to make curriculum plans and units and project ideas in our classrooms. So I'm just going to turn it over to Dr. Freeman again.
Thanks very much, Andy. Let me go ahead and share my screen here to share a few different resources with you. So we'll start off just again in the main EarSketch application, which again is free and it's online, earsketch.gatech.edu. And when you open it up for the first time, it looks kind of like this. And I want to walk you through some of the resources that are built in here for both you and your students. The first time you open it, there's a quick tour that will walk through the basics of making your first script and running it to make music. So that is a great place to start. And then on the right sidebar here, I had this hidden in the last video, but there's a little toggle here to open and close this curriculum sidebar. And so these are materials that are really mostly intended for students to be reading, but they can be very useful resources for teachers as well when they're first using EarSketch and learning how to use it. It walks you through step by step the computer science and music technology knowledge that you need in order to make music with the platform. And you can see the table of contents here. You learn how to build your first song, add some beats, make loops, do effects, some of the things that we did in the last video, and then some more advanced things like conditionals where programs branch based on what's going on, building musical form, building your own functions, not just using ones that EarSketch has provided for you, and things like that. There's also a lot of references here. For example, we did one effect in the last video, and here you can see information on every single effect that's supported in EarSketch and the parameters and how you call them and what the parameters mean, audio examples of what they sound like, and so on. There's also a lot of videos and sample code here. So if we go into like the section on loops here, you see example code, and I can paste that in, and then I can run it, but I can also edit it and do other things with it from there. So really walking you through step by step. And there's a lot of videos that walk through things that are built into this as well. So this is a really rich resource. We've just finished a complete overhaul of this curriculum, really revising and updating it in response to feedback from teachers and students. So it's a really effective way to learn, and you can use this in your classroom in a modular way. So it's broken up into 3 main units. So each one typically takes a few weeks of classroom time. So if you just want a kind of an initial exploration of EarSketch, you can just do unit 1 and stop there. If you want to do something very deep that might be close to a full semester, you can do all 3 units. Or if you really just want a one-day kind of thing, you can look at this hour of code with EarSketch, which is a 1-hour kind of one class day experience. It walks through things step by step in terms of writing one script and understanding how it works and everything. So we really have things at every possible level within this curriculum browser here. The other thing that I showed briefly in the last video is this API reference. So this is once you're more comfortable using EarSketch and your students are, this is a great reference to look at that shows every function that's supported in EarSketch with examples and explanations of what they do, what all the parameters mean, examples of using them, and so on. This even includes some things that are kind of more advanced than what most of our curriculum covers. But it's a great reference as a reminder for things that you might not remember to go back to and look at any time. So that's what's built into the platform itself. But then there's a lot of other things that we have as well. There's this teachers link at the bottom. And when you click on that link, it takes you to a dedicated website for teachers. And you can sign up and create a teacher account here. It's also free. And that gives you access to a lot more resources. There's a curriculum catalog here that shows some of the different curricula that we've developed for EarSketch over the years. and what ages they're geared towards, and there's descriptions of each of them and links to more information. There's also some teacher training materials that are on here as well. And a lot of that right now, our focus is through a program that we're working on in collaboration with Amazon Future Engineer called Your Voice is Power. So this is a collaboration with Amazon Future Engineer and Yellow, which is an education nonprofit that was founded by Pharrell. And so through that, we've developed a short form course that really focuses on music and coding and analyzing hip hop lyrics and entrepreneurship and social justice. And there's also a national competition that's tied into this where students can enter songs that they create, they can win prizes from Amazon. And last year's winners actually got to have a virtual conversation with Pharrell as well, all kinds of cool stuff. And so we have a lot of resources that are specific to that competition, that initiative. We have teacher trainings. We've offered many in the past. There's one that is still coming up this academic year, and you can register for those, but you can also look at videos from past trainings that we've offered. And these walk through the curriculum and the curricular resources that we have that are tied to that. And then also, if you go back to our curriculum catalog, this is true for all of these, but if you go to Your Voice is Power and you click on the curriculum, you get to all of the lesson plans and all of the videos and content that go with all of that. So that's all available to you if you want to use it or adapt it in any way that might make sense for your classroom. Moving forward, we've just started a collaboration with Gwinnett County Public Schools that's more focused on music technology. A lot of the work we've done so far has really been focused on bringing this work into the computer science classroom, but we're really interested in bringing this to the music tech classroom as well. And so we're working with teachers in Gwinnett County to develop a new beginning music technology curriculum for middle school that includes a lot of the traditional elements. There's a lot of instruction with traditional digital audio workstation software, but it also integrates EarSketch into that and addresses both the music tech learning standards as well as beginning computer science learning standards for middle school. And so we think this will be a really compelling way for schools to not only bring coding into their music technology curriculum, but potentially offer a course that will fulfill that computer science requirement for middle school students as well at the same time by doing both within a single course. So we're going to be piloting that curriculum. It's not on this website yet because it's still under development, but we'll be piloting that curriculum in Gwinnett County starting this coming fall 2022 and have a broader pilot in fall of 2023. And there will be some teacher training opportunities associated with that as well. So we're looking for fall of 2023 and beyond for music teachers that are really interested in using this curriculum in their classrooms. And if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to me and we'll add you to our list so we can reach out to you again when the time is right. So those are some of the ways that you can learn about EarSketch and bring it into your class. But it's really designed to be something that they can work, whether it's one day or a week or a semester or kind of anything in between that you want to bring into your classroom at any level. And we're happy to point you towards materials if you're not finding what you want on the teacher training website. We can certainly point you towards other resources and try to give you some support as well. So don't be shy about reaching out to us.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a really good Facebook group that I seem to be part of that is
a very
interactive source for teachers that are already using this in music classrooms.
Yes, so there is a Facebook group for EarSketch teachers that you can join. And there's also a contact form where you can reach us through our website as well. So the last thing I just want to point out, we've been focused really on EarSketch in the last video and in this one, but there's a lot more to music technology and coding than just EarSketch. At Georgia Tech, our School of Music has bachelor's and master's and PhD programs in music technology, as well as a joint undergraduate program with computer science, where half of the coursework is in computer science and half is in music technology. We have an incredible set of undergraduate students that are part of our program that come in with strong backgrounds in music and strong interest and experience across computing and mathematics and engineering. And so if you have students, especially at the high school level, that are interested in these areas, encourage you to kind of point them towards studying music technology as a field in general. And of course, we'd love it if you point them towards Georgia Tech as well. We have a lot of resources for prospective students. We do a pre-college summer program every summer on campus. It's a 2-week residential program where students work in our recording studio and learn all about the field. And there's a lot of other ways that they can learn about what happens at Georgia Tech and the career opportunities that come out of a degree in music technology. We also do some events that are really community focused throughout the year. And the one I really wanted to highlight right now is the Guthman Musical Instrument Competition. This happens every March at Georgia Tech, and there's a combination of some workshops for K-12 students and teachers. There's a fair, kind of a hands-on art and technology fair, and a concert. And at the concert, we have instrument makers from around the world that compete for a chance to come and be here at Tech. And they perform on these crazy, new, unusual instruments that are a tremendous kind of example of the intersection of design and engineering and computing and music technology and all these fields that we've been talking about. It's an incredible concert. It's a great event. I encourage you all to come and to tell your students about it as well. And then we also have some resources that we've developed specifically for trying to bring this idea of musical instrument design into classrooms. And so there's some great ways that you can, and some lesson ideas that we have about how you can kind of bring some of the past winners and finalists from the competition into your classroom and do activities around that, or how you can work with your students to build their own musical instruments. And the New York Times also has a great lesson that they put together based on last year's competition. So I'd encourage you to check out all of that stuff as well.
Those are all fantastic resources and so quick and easy to get involved with, for sure. Now, I'm just curious, after looking at the website with the mechanical piano hand, knowing what all you guys have been able to achieve, what can that hand actually do?
So that is an interesting story. One of my colleagues, Gil Weinberg, directs our robotic musicianship lab, which has long been focused on finding new ways for robots and humans to collaborate with each other to make music. One major focus of his over the last several years has been on robotic prosthetics. He's done a lot of work with musicians who are amputees. In particular, a drummer here in Atlanta, Jason Barnes, whose arm was amputated in an accident many years ago. He's a drummer, and they developed prosthetic robotic drumming arms for him to work with. But the prosthetic that you saw in that photo is actually a piano playing prosthetic. So it uses ultrasonic sensing to try to figure out what Jason Barnes is trying to do in terms of what he wants to play, and then it actually moves the fingers. They called this the Skywalker project because it's kind of inspired by that scene in Star Wars. But that idea is that he actually has the ability to move the fingers, and that's prosthetic simply through kind of the movements that he's doing in his muscles, and is actually able to play the piano with it.
That's phenomenal.
Not able to play like manual axe or anything like that, but it's a great start.
But still, the fact that they can play anything,
yes,
using just muscle twitches from it looked like his bicep essentially.
Yes, absolutely.
That's mind-boggling to me. And you're telling me someone at Georgia Tech would name something after Star Wars? Really? No, I'm just kidding.
It's not the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last.
Oh, come on. Well, Dr. Freeman, I can't thank you enough for having been here with us for these 3 sessions, giving us ideas, sparking new thoughts, showing us all these vast curriculum resources. I think it's phenomenal that you've just developed this tool with your team at Georgia Tech, but 2, to have also thought through creating all of these resources and ways for people to be inspired to use it is just even better. And I'm glad that we've been able to see all that and learn from you about how this is important and valuable to our modern education field.
Well, it's our pleasure. We love working with educators across the state. And if you use this in your classroom, or if you're interested, or you have other ideas or want to chat, please don't be shy in reaching out to us. We're very responsive, and we're always eager to talk.
We'll include your email address in the discussion portion that goes with these videos so that people can reach out to you and your team.
That'd be great.
Thank you again for being here. Really appreciate it. Everyone out there, I hope that this has inspired you in just a number of different ways to at least get out there and try it on your own. At a minimum, go try it. I think you will be really impressed with what you do, and that it's more accessible than me, who was scared the first time I saw that window and wanted to shut it down. It wasn't until about 30 minutes before I had a decent understanding of where we were headed and ready to start getting my own syntax errors and digging into some of the new crazy functions and stuff. So
the whole mindset of EarSketch and the way we approach developing it is that we wanted people to be able to make things that they cared about, that they felt were expressive of themselves very, very, very quickly. And so it's got a very low floor to entry. So even if it does look intimidating when you first go into it, we see time and time again within those 30 minutes, like you're describing, Andy, people are very comfortable and and they gain confidence with it before they know it.
It's fantastic. Thank you again. Everyone out there, have a great one. This will close out our year. Take some time this summer. Check out EarSketch. A great time to develop some new ideas for sure. So see you later.